if he was standing right in front of you? Here's the gag. You did know. You just didn't trust it. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Welcome in, everybody. Shout out to all of the replay viewers. Y'all, it's something I'm supposed to do on here. As you're coming in, let me know where you're from. Drop pink hearts in the chat, even if you're watching the replay. Tori, hey girl, hey, I have not seen you in forever, girl. Hey Tori, and it's showing me that nobody is on here. That's so crazy. There was something I was supposed to do before I got on, and I can't figure out how to do it, y'all. It's okay. So let me know what part of the world you're watching from, all right? Baby, you know I changed my number the way I change. I gotta give you my new number, baby. I just changed my number again. I'm gonna try to remember to text you when I get off here, okay? Y'all know how I do. Y'all know how I do. All right, so this is not random. I don't want you to think that this just popped up on your timeline random, okay? I know I normally don't get on this late. Do I feel like holding the mic this whole time? I don't know. We'll see. I know really don't get on this late, but just rock with me, you all, okay? It's going to be a real good conversation. So I'm going to get into some stuff that I feel like we don't talk enough about in these healing spaces. And I have my laptop on my chair right here because it's so cold. I don't want to put it in my lap with this little dress I got on. But I'm going to talk about what real love actually feels like in your body, okay? When you are no longer in survival mode. My goal is to help you come out of survival mode. I want to help as many women as possible. So this is not just the concept of what love should feel like in your body. This is just not, okay, well, just communicate better or, go to therapy. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me, okay? This is not just communicate better or go to therapy, because a lot of us, we've been doing the work. We've been journaling. We've been going to therapy. We've been doing all the things. We've been cutting toxic people off, baby. We've been setting boundaries. And then someone who is genuine, a genuinely good man shows up and we don't know what to do with it. Hopefully y'all talk back to me tonight. Okay? Honestly, the reason why you don't know what to do is not because you're still jacked up. So stop beating yourself up. It's not that you're still jacked up emotionally. It's actually your nervous system. This is what we're going to talk about tonight. Okay? So I'm going to give you a quick win before we get into deep. I want you to know one thing right now that will change how you see every single relationship you have ever been in. Please hit the like button as y'all come in, because that's going to help YouTube push the video out to more women who need this, all right? So you all can write this down, what I'm about to say. Those of you that are taking notes, unless you're at work and you're sneaking and watching me, write this down. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between familiar and safe. Write that down. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. I'm going to say it again. Your nervous system cannot tell the difference between what is familiar and what's actually safe for you. All right. So when you're talking about your nervous system, that thing that's running in the background every time you meet somebody, every time you go out on a date, every time you feel that spark, it cannot tell the difference between what is familiar and what's safe. So when you feel that intense chemistry, right, with someone who eventually hurts you, your nervous system wasn't lying to you. It was just responding to familiarity. Thank y'all for hitting the like button as you come in. So your nervous system is recognizing the patterns. All right? It recognizes the highs and the lows. It recognizes the way he shows up sometimes, and then he'll just disappear. It recognizes that anxiety of not knowing. You just You don't quite know where you stand. Is he my man or is he not? Are we in a relationship or are we not? Baby, if you're thinking like that, he ain't your man, boo. Okay? All of this felt like home, not because it was good to you. I'm sorry, not because it was good for you, just because it was known, it was familiar. So, this is why healthy, calm, consistent love that doesn't make your heart race with anxiety, can almost feel boring at first. It can feel boring. It can feel wrong. It can feel like you don't have any chemistry. And I know I'm talking right because I know what I've heard women say. Oh, he's just so boring. All right. I need y'all to hear me. That quiet, steady feeling. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Some of y'all hitting it more than one time by mistake. That's making it take away the likes. Don't do that, y'all. Make sure it's highlighted, okay? This quiet, steady feeling, that actually may be the first time your nervous system has gotten a chance to rest. If you are here with me and you're not just a lurker, drop a pink heart in the well, drop your favorite color heart in the chat. We'll do it like that. Y'all might not like the color pink. All right. So before I keep going, I want you to actually feel what I'm talking about. I want you to put one hand on your chest right now, unless you are driving. Don't be like me and drive with your knees. Okay. Tori says she made that mistake. Listen, he's just so boring. Like, I don't understand. And he's a legit good man. All right. Thank you, Tori. Thank you for engaging in the chat, girl, and helping you to push this thing out. So put one hand on your chest, and I want you to take a slow breath in through your nose. Inhale through your nose. Hold it for 2 seconds. And then I want you to exhale slowly through your mouth. I want to show you all something. Sorry, y'all. Do it one more time. Breathe in through your nose. Hold it. Now exhale slowly through your mouth. Now I want you to do a check-in, do a self-check-in. Think about, how does your chest feel versus when you first came in on the live. If you feel a difference after taking those 2 deep breaths, do you feel a little more room in your chest? Do you feel a little more at ease, a little relaxed, even if it's just a tad bit? All right. So that right there, what you're feeling, that's your nervous system getting permission to land. That is you signaling to your nervous system that you are safe in this moment, okay? That's exactly what regulated love is supposed to feel like. Not every moment, but often. Look at your neighbor and say often. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Tori says it feels calming. That's exactly how healthy love is supposed to feel. That should be your baseline, period. And if at any point my mic gets too loud, y'all let me know. Anybody else, let me know how you felt in the chat after doing that breathing exercise. And share this out with someone too. Share this out. You know, you got a homegirl that's dealing with, I was about to say something, that man that don't deserve her. Send her this video, okay? So let's go back to the beginning. Before we can understand what healthy love is supposed to feel like, we have to be honest about what survival mode love has trained us to accept as normal. You got to keep it real. There's no way you can heal if you don't keep it real. So some of us grew up in homes where love was absolutely conditional. You didn't know. You didn't realize that as a child, maybe, right? You just knew that some days your mom or your dad weren't as warm as they should have been. It was hot and cold. You never knew their temperature. You never knew what you were going to get, right? And then some of you spent a lot of your energy trying to figure out, what version am I going to get today? There are so many children, and I've even seen this working in child protective services, that are constantly on edge, and it's really sad. Children who are constantly on edge because they just don't know what version of their parents they're going to get. All right. And because you were a child, your brain has to make the only logical conclusion that was available, right? So there has to be something about me. There's something about me that determines whether I'm loved today. This is what your brain is thinking as a child. Of course, we know this is not the truth, right? This is just what your nervous system has filed as a fact. All right. And it has been running. Oh, Lord. It has been running on that program ever since, you all. So, this was you as a child. You grow up as an adult. You didn't even know that you had something that needed to be healed. So now you unconsciously have this same pattern, these same thoughts in the back of your head, right? You're recreating all of this stuff. And it's not because you're broken. It's not because you're stupid. Okay. It's because your nervous system is always going to lean towards what it knows. Are you hearing me? Your nervous system is always going to lean towards what it knows, and what it knows is this pattern: unpredictability, intensity, proving yourself. Hello? Working for love, and then turning around and waiting to see if you're enough. Some of you have been waiting to see if you're enough 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years in this same relationship where you're just waiting to see when you're going to finally be enough. Think about that. Now I want you to add intermittent reinforcement to what I just talked about. This is the same psychological mechanic that is used in gambling. You all have heard me talk about it before. It's the same thing. So this person who is unpredictable, inconsistent, they have you feeling like you have to perform for love. Sometimes they'll show up, sometimes they'll disappear. Sometimes they will make you feel like the most special woman alive. Oh, girl, you the best thing that ever happened to me. I can drink your bath water. That is actually nasty, right? Sometimes they make you feel like that, and then sometimes they make you question everything about yourself. So now you don't even realize that you have the perfect recipe for emotional addiction. The same thing that gets people addicted to gambling. You have an emotional addiction. This is not love. This is an addiction. Thank y'all for hitting the like button as you come in. Sorry, y'all. I don't ever start coughing until I get on live. I promise y'all. All this coughing never comes until I get on live. So the dark part that nobody talks about, right? When that person finally shows up consistently, when they stop the hot and cold, when they're just steady, rock steady, right? It does not feel good at first. It feels real flat, like flatline. What's that little flatline thing? It feels like a lack of chemistry. But I need you to understand that the chemistry was anxiety. The chemistry was cortisol. It wasn't chemistry, okay? And some of you, literally, you have spent years chasing cortisol and calling it love. I can just end the live right there. I can end it right there. Some of you have spent years chasing cortisol, calling it love. Okay? So let's talk about what the real thing actually feels like, because this is like the biggest gap, okay? We talk about red flags all day long. Even green flags, that's becoming a thing now. It's all on Pinterest. But nobody is telling you what a regulated nervous system feels like in a relationship that is actually safe, okay? They're not telling you what this feels like physically. So I'm going to paint you a picture. All right, I'm watching the time. So healthy, safe love, especially when your nervous system is starting to trust it, it's going to feel like an exhale, literally. Now, for those of us that are on our healing journeys, I need you all to learn how to give yourself grace, okay? Type grace in the chat. Even if you're watching the replay, type grace in the chat. You have got to learn how to give yourself grace, okay? So notice what I said. Healthy, safe love, especially when you're learning, you learn to actually trust it, is going to feel like an exhale. All right. So it's not going to be fireworks. It's not going to be those butterflies that make you sick to your stomach. It's not going to be all of that. It's not going to be you lying awake at 2 a.m. trying to figure out what did I do wrong? Why did he respond to my message? Why he didn't call me back? It's not going to feel like that. Okay. It is going to feel like an exhale. I promise you, you're going to be like, this ninja, you regulate my nervous system stink. Okay. So it's going to feel more like, oh, your shoulders have dropped. You can finish a whole sentence without trying to edit yourself in your head first. You can eat food and actually taste it because you're not running this threat assessment in the back of your mind the whole time. Thank y'all for hitting the like button as you come in. You can disagree with this person and the world doesn't end. Hello. And you may make a mistake and they're not going to turn around and weaponize it 2 months down the road. Okay. They're not going to throw it back in your face and try to use it against you. So you're going to notice how you can be a little imperfect. Nobody's perfect. You can be imperfect and still be loved. You're going to find that you don't have to perform. You're not going to be wondering even how he feels. Does that make sense? And I know I have men that watch me. Hey, y'all, if y'all on here, but I have mostly women, so that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm referencing them being with the man. All right, y'all. Hit the like button as you come in. So this is absolutely what regulated love feels like. What's up, Pursue Holiness? Thank you for joining, honey bun. All right, this is what it feels like. It's not perfect. It's not some fairy tale, but it will be safe. You're going to be marked safe. Something else I need to name because I know some of y'all are feeling it. So some of you just heard what I described and you're like, okay, whatever, Renisha, that sound nice and sound real cute. But then you start feeling this immediate grief. It's because you've been in a relationship that felt like that before, or you thought you had that before, and it turned out not to be that. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Thank y'all for the hearts. Thank y'all for tapping the screen and hitting the like button and all that. So you have to understand that grief is not a reason to stop pursuing healthy love or healthy relationships. Grief is actually a sign that your heart knows the difference. Okay, so that's not a bad thing. That's actually something to be grateful for, even when it hurts. Hello, you better be glad you can feel. So the cues to look for are physical, right? More breath, less bracing, less scanning the room, less trying to manage that person's moods, okay? Less scanning their face for danger, trying to figure out what he thinking or what is she thinking, okay? The ability to be quiet together without it meaning something is wrong. You all will be able to sit in each other's presence or be over the phone, FaceTime, whatever y'all doing, and be quiet. And it's not because, oh, you piss me off, I'm mad at you, I got an attitude, I'm holding this grudge. No, it's literal peace. There's nothing wrong. Okay? That's another sign. Even the ability to say, okay, I need something without you having this full evacuation plan in the back of your head. You would be surprised at the number of women and men that are afraid to express what they need in their relationship, even married people. You would be surprised. All right. So all of this is the body language of safety. It's real subtle, it's quiet. And for a lot of us, it's going to feel unfamiliar before it starts to feel like home, before it starts to feel like your baseline, before it starts to feel normal. It's going to feel extremely unfamiliar. All right. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. I need to reset the room, huh? I never remember to do that. So, what's up? If you're just joining, my name is Renisha. I'm an inner healing and deliverance coach. If nobody has checked on you today, that is exactly why I'm here. And tonight we are talking about what healthy love feels like in your body physically. I'm actually trying to catch up on my lives from YouTube. I took a break from live. I needed a mental health break, y'all. So I took a break from live and I have like 6 lives. I'm backed up. So y'all gonna see me doing lives back to back until I catch up. All right, let's move on. If you're just joining, please hit the like button, share this with a woman who needs it, and drop your favorite color heart in the chat. All right, now let's talk about something else that people don't like to say out loud. If you have been living in survival mode, I'm talking about emotionally, relationally, spiritually, any of those things, healthy love is going to feel weird, extremely weird. Sometimes it's going to feel boring, just flat out boring. Sometimes it'll make you feel like you want to run away and self sabotage. It's going to feel weird. All right. If nobody has ever told you that that was normal, I need you to hear it now. Nothing is wrong with you. That's normal. Even being on a healing journey, period, there are certain things that you're going to face, and it's going to feel extremely uncomfortable and weird, but it's actually a sign that you're healing. So you have to remember that when you've been living on cortisol and adrenaline and then this constant low grade anxiety of, well, I don't know where I stand with this person. And then someone else comes along who is consistent. Your nervous system is like, hold up, wait a minute. What is this? This is a threat. Something got to be wrong. I can't trust this. Okay. So it is absolutely going to doubt. It's going to tell you, you know what, you're not that into them. That's what it's going to try to convince you. It'll make you nitpick little things that you would absolutely ignore if you were in a chaotic relationship. Mm. It will convince you that calm is an absolute problem. When I was doing this outline, I was thinking about my little yeah in Atlanta. Some of y'all, you been following me for a while. Y'all probably remember when I was before I with my old Facebook page, how I got on Facebook one night and he was on the phone and I was telling y'all, like, y'all, guess what he just said? Baby, it was so toxic. It was so toxic. That's the homie, but baby, it was toxic, okay? So chaotic. But here's where the faith piece, y'all know my brain be all over the place. Okay, here's where the faith piece comes in. Because I honestly believe that the enemy has been weaponizing the church and the church's silence around nervous system healing. Okay, for years we've been told to just pray away our trust issues. Oh, just pray it away. You got trust issues, just pray it away. What you've been through as a child, just pray about it. What did they do to you? Your mama, your daddy? Oh, just pray and forgive. That's all. Just pray and forgive. That's all we're told, right? Someone actually needed to sit us down and explain that your nervous system has a memory. And that memory has been lying to you about what safety looks like. But you don't hear this type of conversation in the church. So I'll say this as clearly as I can. If you meet someone who is safe and you feel bored, that is your healing talking. All right? That's your system detoxing from chaos. That is not a sign that you need more excitement. Some of you have heard me tell the story before about how this big content creator was on live and there was a guy, her guy was in like the room or whatever. And she was like, y'all, he just too calm for me. Like, tell me how I can start an argument with him. And she was so serious. She was like, please, I got to start an argument. He's too calm for me. He treats me too nice. He's too calm. This is what she was saying. All right. Survival mode. That's just a sign that you need to sit still long enough to allow your body to learn what peace actually feels like. People love to say, "Oh, I'm at peace. I'm protecting my peace. Peace this and peace that, and I have a peace that surpasses my very understanding." Everybody wants to scream about peace, but let me tell you something. Coming from someone who's in survival mode since she was 12 years old, you're not going to know true peace until you start to heal, until you acknowledge the fact that you need to heal. You start the work of healing and you start to pull yourself out of survival mode. When you are able to sit in a room with your thoughts and not get anxious, with a literal quiet, y'all, I could not handle, I hated quiet. I would go to the library and would put what not earpods, but ear headphones in my ear because I would say, this is what I would say. Oh, I can't focus without noise. That makes me want to cry. Didn't know I was in survival mode. I was like, the only way I can focus is if I have noise. I have to have noise. I can't sit in quiet. But I couldn't sit with myself. That was the issue. Some of you don't know how to sit with yourself. You're screaming out about the peace you have, and you're really not at peace because you don't know how to sit alone with yourself. This is why some people jump from relationship to relationship to relationship, men and women. They can't be alone. They don't know how to sit with themselves. They're not at peace. Okay. So I didn't have any of that in my notes. I have no idea where I am now. Please hit the like button if you're just joining. Where am I at? All right, the grief period. Yeah, so when you start going through this grief period, as you're healing, there will be a grief period. You're going to mourn the intensity. You might even miss the person that hurt you. Been there. Missing the very person who hurt me. Not because they were good for me, but because my body was addicted to the highs and the lows. I am on an emotional roller coaster and I like it. Some of us, we loved it. It was a thrill, okay? And you'll start missing that. So that grief is real. You need to honor it, but don't let it drive the car, boo. All right? Hit the like button, y'all. I'm almost done. Okay, maybe I lied. Maybe I'm not almost done, but hit the like button. So you can grieve the fantasy, right? It's okay. Grieve the fantasy. Just choose the reality that allows you to breathe. Remember what I said. You know what? I hope y'all can't see. Can y'all see down there? I hope not. Let me put my leg down. I hope y'all wasn't seeing nothing. Remember I told you healthy love is going to feel like an exhale. Tori, I hope y'all weren't seeing nothing because this is black part on my screen and I had my leg all up in this dress. It's the opposite of long. Okay. Now, I need y'all to hear this. Lean in. Just because healthy love can feel quiet doesn't mean every quiet relationship is healthy. Hello? Let's not confuse the two. Some of us have learned to go numb, and numb can look exactly like calm. So I don't need you to automatically assume. Please don't assume because it's not the same thing. Numb and calm are not the same thing. So how do you tell the difference between regulated safety and an emotional shutdown? Here's the question that I need you to ask yourself. For those of you that are taking notes, write this down. This is what you're going to ask yourself. Am I quiet because I feel safe? Or am I quiet because I've stopped expecting anything anyway? Am I quiet because I feel safe? Or am I quiet because I ain't expecting nothing not you anyway? Start asking yourself that question Because when you're talking about shutdown, it looks like, oh, I don't get upset anymore. Y'all know when a woman's fed up, da 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 da. Y'all know how they talk about when a woman's fed up, you when she gets quiet, you need to be worried. I know y'all seen that on social media. Let me know. Y'all know men be like, you should get scared, bro, when she get quiet. Shutdown looks like I don't even get upset anymore. I've stopped hoping. Baby, I don't even hope in you anymore. I've stopped expressing my needs because I learned it don't matter. You don't care about what I need. You can care less. I've accepted that this is just what it is. This is just how it's going to be. That is a shutdown. That is not peace. That is survival mode in a relationship. Regulated safety. Regulated safety looks like I feel calm because I actually believe this person is not going to use my vulnerability against me. I feel quiet because there's nothing that I need to be braced for. I feel still because I don't have to perform. I can be present without monitoring myself constantly. Do you see the difference? If you're just coming in, my name is Renisha. I'm the inner healing and deliverance coach. Honey Bun, tonight we're talking about what healthy love feels like in your body, what it literally feels like. Please hit the like button. Please share this out. Please drop your favorite emoji. Just drop something in the chat to get the chat moving. I feel like I'm begging at this point, and I don't believe in begging, so let me move on. The spiritual discernment piece. Y'all know we got to talk about that, right? The spiritual discernment. Sometimes God will give you a check in your spirit, and it's not necessarily because something is wrong with the person, but because there is something in you that doesn't have the capacity to receive it yet. You're going to see this as you are on your healing journey. As you are making progress, you will see where there are going to be certain situations that come up, not necessarily in romantic relationships or anything of the sort, but you're going to see there are certain things that are going to come up. And you can be like, wait a minute, why am I feeling like this? And the more that you start to become self-aware and you're healing, you're accountable, taking accountability, all of this stuff, you're going to be able to say, you know what, it's me. I don't have the capacity for this. Why am I reacting this way? All right. It's actually fun. I do it all the time. It's actually fun. But God will let you know that there is something in you that hasn't healed enough yet to you for you to receive whatever it is that's in front of you. So that check is absolutely worth paying attention to. You need to ask Holy Spirit, is this me protecting an old wound or is this genuine discernment? Relationally, since that's what we're talking about tonight, when you start feeling stuff regarding that man, okay, is this an old wound talking or am I really discerning something else? It could be either or. All right. So these are two different things and they are going to require two different responses. So I'm about to give you all something that you can take home tonight because I'm not just going to leave you emotionally open. Like, girl, you left us wide open. Not doing that. All right. So here's a 5-part nervous system relational reset. We're at the 34-minute mark just for you all that may want to rewind it back and I don't know, screen record it or something if you don't want to write it down. We're at the 34 minutes, 15-second mark. All right. So I'm going to give you a 5-part nervous system relational reset. These are not big things. Y'all already know. These are intentional. You don't need all of these grand acts. All right. When it comes to healing, small, repetitive actions. That's what you need over and over. So number 1, you need to slow down before you react. Slow down before you react, before you respond to a text, before you send a message, before you crash out. Before you have a hard conversation, I need you to take 3 breaths. One, two, three. Uno, dos, tres. I know I have some people in other countries that watch me. All I know is English and an ounce of Spanish. Okay? I need you to take 3 breaths before you respond. Yeah. All right? This is going to give your prefrontal cortex a chance to get back online. Because if not, your nervous system is going to start running that threat script. And we don't want to do that. Number two, I need you to notice cues, not just words. You have to pay attention to how your body feels around this person. And this is something you can use outside of romantic relationships. Children have I feel like children have top tier discernment. Top tier, okay? Children can feel when a person is unsafe. So some of you, you feel funny around this person, but you're not listening to your body, or you're not listening to the body parts you're supposed to be listening to. You're focusing with one body part. Hello. Okay, so y'all got to pay attention to the cues. How does your body feel around this person? Don't just get stuck on what they're saying. Baby, I don't just listen at what people say. I listen at what they do. Anybody can talk a good game. You understand? You also need to pay attention to how do you feel after you have encountered them, after you have left them, after you get off the phone with them. How do you feel? Literally, how do you feel in your body? Is there more tension? Do you feel more ease? Does your body want to move toward them or away from them? You need to pay attention. This data is real. All right, y'all got that? Number 3, name your needs out loud, even when it's uncomfortable. I need you to name it, especially when it's uncomfortable, okay? A regulated relationship is where you can say, I need more time to respond before we talk about this. I need you to give me a minute. And they shouldn't blow up over the fact that you said that, okay? It shouldn't be an end of the world moment because you say, I need a minute before I would love to have the conversation, but you just got to give me a minute. All right. If they are blowing up, if there's some type of explosive response, when you say that, that's 10 red flags. That's a problem. All right. Number 4, you need to allow repair. Allow repair. So can y'all please hit the like button? Thank you so much. The mark of a healthy relationship is not that conflict never happens. Come on, y'all. Let's be real. We know that's not the case. But when it does, it can be met with accountability and reconnection. Does that make sense? There shouldn't be some sort of punishment and being shut down. I'm talking about shut down. Thank you so much for hitting the like button. All right. So you need to watch how someone repairs. That's real data. Pay attention. This is good. This stuff I'm giving y'all is good. Okay, let me write this down. 30. Because I'm gonna come back and clip this. So I'm gonna have to re-record. 34. What did I say? 34 minutes, 15 seconds. I'm gonna come back and clip that and share it. What was that, y'all? Number 4, number 5. Okay, this one is just for you. Number 5. Choose consistency over intensity for 30 days. I need you to deliberately choose the steady one for 30 days. Some of you may be in a place where you're dating and you have multiple steady ones. That's fine. Choose the steady one or the steady ones if you're not in a committed relationship, okay? So the one who answers when they say they will. "30 days." Just give it 30 days. Your nervous system has got to collect proof, you all. And proof only comes through repetition. For those of you that are already in committed relationships and you're like, I'm not even going to tell you what to do. Just watch the replay. I'll just say that. But 30 days, all right, you're going to choose consistency over intensity, over what you think is chemistry for 30 days. Your body has got to have evidence before your mind will believe it. Let your body gather the evidence. Hey, Keisha, I have not seen you in forever, girl. I saw where thank you for hitting the like button. I saw where you commented on something. I was like, where the heck she been? Girl, where you been? I hope you're doing good. All right, if y'all just joining, y'all gonna have to catch the replay. This was a really good conversation. I'm almost done though, but so I'm gonna try to play this little game with y'all. Y'all know y'all be quiet in the comments. Y'all just be watching me. If y'all don't respond back, I'm gonna just get off. But we're gonna play a little game, okay? A little game called intensity or intimacy. So I'm gonna read you a scenario, and you're just gonna tell me in the chat. If you're watching the replay and you made it this far, y'all can still drop it in the comments. Y'all know I read every single comment. All right. You're just gonna drop, is this intensity or intimacy? All right. Okay, Keisha. I'm happy to see you too, girl. So I'm going to read the scenario. There are no trick questions. All right. This is not this is not a prank. I love pranks, but this is not a prank. Some of this may be uncomfortable for you, but that's fine. So here's round one. Ooh, Phoenix Fire. Hey, Phoenix Fire. All right. So round one. He sends you. Y'all know I play too much. I'm going to do this without laughing. He sends you good morning text every single day without being asked. Consistency, no drama, just every morning. Is this intensity or intimacy? And don't y'all overthink it. Don't y'all do that. Don't y'all start putting all these scenarios. Just take what I gave you. Don't add nothing to it. He sends you good morning texts every single day without you having to ask. He is consistent. There is no drama. He does this every morning. Okay, I didn't know you was on here. Hey, girl. Hey, my curious Simone. That name is so pretty. Intimacy. Okay, thank y'all. Anybody else before I tell you what this actually is? Anybody else want to take a go at it? I know there's a delay. Hey, girl. Hey, you got a model name. All right, so that's intimacy, you all. Consistency is romance when you have been used to uncertainty. All right. So don't let your nervous system convince you that something predictable can't also be beautiful. Does that make sense? A lot of people think, oh, it's predictable, it's boring. I ain't got time. All right. So right, Keisha, the two options are intensity or intimacy. So we're going to go to the second scenario. He makes you feel absolutely electric when you're together, but you spend more time anxious about when he's going to disappear than you do enjoying the actual relationship. Is this intensity or intimacy? Intensity, Phoenix. Okay, anybody else? No, there's a delay. Anybody else? Thank y'all for hitting the like button too. All right, I'm gonna move on. So this is intensity, right? This is emotional addiction dressed up as chemistry. Baby, this ain't chemistry. It feels real good. Yes, Keisha, intensity. It feels real good, right? It feels incredible in the moment. I know, but what you are feeling is cortisol, baby. It ain't love. It's cortisol. All right, number three. How many did I put on here? Okay, we only got two more. Number three. Here we go. He tells you he loves you during a fight. Big declarations. It's dramatic, passionate, and then 10 minutes later, he's back to pulling away. Is this, oh, y'all got to listen to the whole thing. Let me say it again. He tells you he loves you during a fight. He's making these she said, oops, he's making these big declarations. It's dramatic, it's passionate, and 10 minutes later, he's back to pulling away. It's giving hot and cold. Is this intensity or intimacy? This little game is actually fun. I need to incorporate stuff like this more. Phoenix said intensity. Keisha said intensity. Makira Simone said intensity. Phoenix says it sounds like my ex. Baby mine too. I like this game too. I need to incorporate more games. I'm like the stuff I do. I feel like the work I do is so freaking deep. So I'm trying to make it more fun and not so heavy, if that makes sense. Right? All right. So y'all got it right. That's intensity with a cherry on top, baby. So declarations during conflict are not the same thing as being a safe person. You have to watch people's patterns, not their peak performances. Hello? Phoenix said, my ex is the reason why I'm learning all this. Well, baby, I'm glad that he led you to this healing journey. Not even mad at him, okay? The last one, y'all, number 4. Listen carefully. So you had a misunderstanding. It got uncomfortable. And instead of ghosting you or making you feel like you ruined everything, he came back, owned his part, and you worked through it. No punishment, no silent treatment, just repair. Is this intensity or is it intimacy? Let me know if y'all need me to repeat. Well, I'll just repeat it because that was kind of long. So you had a misunderstanding. It got uncomfortable. Instead of ghosting you or making you feel like you ruined everything, he came back. He owned his part. You worked through it. There was no punishment. There was no silent treatment. Just repair. Sound like a grown man to me. Intensity or intimacy? Phoenix says intimacy. Anybody else? Keisha said intimacy. Pursue holiness said intimacy. Girl, I know you were still on here. All right, good job, y'all. So that's intimacy. This is an absolute flex. Repair, okay? This is how we know we're healed enough to receive. And I'm not even gonna lie, because I would ghost myself. Maybe I would disappear. Like I'm not even gonna do. I used to do that too. I think about how I used to do some dudes. I ain't always been saved since I've been saved. I ain't always been right. You understand? But yes, that's a grown man right there. Good job, y'all. All right. So thank y'all so much for being honest in the chat. I'll try to incorporate like more fun stuff because I don't want these lives to be too heavy. All right. Um, does anybody have any questions before I get off? And y'all don't talk about being numb. I used to be numb, but I was in survival mode and didn't realize it. I was so numb. Any questions? If not, I'll move on. I don't see anything. Let me highlight this so I can come back to it. All right. All right. So I'm going to just say this, y'all, before I close. First of all, thank y'all so much for being on here tonight and for rocking with me. Like I said, I'm trying to catch up. I'm like 6 lives behind, but I needed a break from live, so I took it. So y'all gonna be seeing me doing lives back to back because I'm trying to catch up. And May is right here. Can y'all believe it's almost May? This is insane. All right. But let me tell you this, you are not too broken to be loved well. Y'all, this is what I thought regarding myself. I just thought I was too broken. Girl, you too broken. You been through too much. Ain't no man gonna want you. Not with all this stuff. Like, you just too broken. This is what I thought. I need you to know you are not too broken to be loved well. Please, I pray to God that there is no female or male that's watching me and they're in a relationship where they're tolerating less than what they deserve because they feel like they have been through too much, that all they deserve is scraps. That's what I'm feeling. I don't know if you are on here. Okay, Tori, I'm going to text you as soon as we get off here. I don't know if you, I feel it. I don't know if you're watching live or if you're going to catch the replay, but you feel like because I've been through all of this, or I got this many kids, or this many baby daddies, I've been in this many abusive relationships, I got this much childhood trauma, I got this much baggage, so all I deserve are scraps. That is a lie. You are not too broken to be loved well. You are not too wounded to be chosen. Now, y'all know I play a lot or I joke a lot, right? But I'm being serious right now. You are not too much. You are not too complicated. You are not too far behind, okay? You are a woman whose nervous system learned to survive inside circumstances it was never supposed to be in. Keisha, don't play with me. Keisha, don't do that. Now, what? Let me highlight this. Let me highlight this book. Hold on. Let me highlight this because you ain't wrong. Thank you for that, Keisha. You're not wrong. Absolutely, Tori. That's another thing. Don't let age discourage you. That's a whole. Y'all, don't let age discourage you. And don't let these people's pictures and videos on social media make you think you're missing out on something. There are people who have been married 20 and 30 years and they have been unhappy the entire time. And don't get me started with the church. All right? That's why I've been telling y'all, don't see people on social media and think they are relationship goals. You and whoever you with, that should be help. If you're in a healthy relationship, okay, those should be your only relationship goals. So please don't compare yourself. Don't let age discourage you. None of that. All right. So you're just a woman whose nervous system learned to survive in circumstances it should have never been in anyway. And it did its job. It did exactly what it was designed to do, right? It kept you here. It kept you functioning. It kept you moving. But for some of you, it's keeping you stuck right now because you're still in survival mode and you don't want to do the work to come out. Surviving is not the same thing as living. The Bible says that Jesus came that we might have life and to have it more abundantly. All right. Just surviving is not the same as living the abundant life. You weren't created just to survive. God promised you abundance, the abundant life, spiritually, emotionally, relationally, physically, all of the things. It is absolutely available to you. And I know I have some people that watch me that don't have the same religious beliefs as I do, but I'm still talking to you too, because Jesus died for everybody. All right. So it's not about some sanitized version where you just never have hard days, right? That's a real thing. We're going to be realistic. But it is possible to be in a relationship where your body can exhale. And I know there is a lot of crap that we see on social media all this back and forth, men versus women, it gives me a headache. It gives me a headache. It's too much. I was hearing something today, today in a room on TikTok. It just is crazy. All right, stay away from stuff like that. You can absolutely find healthy love in 2026. I was about to ask y'all what year it is because y'all know I don't be knowing. But it's absolutely possible to find healthy love. All right. Um, and I'm talking about the kind of love where you stop feeling like you have to manage everything. All right. And you start feeling something that actually holds you. Okay. So I need y'all to know that's possible. I've seen it happen. I've watched it happen. I've worked with people it's happened for. Okay. But stuff like this doesn't happen by accident. You have to be intentional. You don't have to suffer another 10 years in order for it to find you or for it to, or for, you don't have to suffer another 10 years in order for it to find you or for you to find it. You just need to make a decision that you want to heal. It starts with you. All right. So that healing is going to make love feel safe and it's absolutely available right now. If you are not on my email list already, you need to get on my email list. You can grab Lord have mercy. It's not your faith, it's your nervous system. My free audio. You can grab that. That'll automatically put you on my email list so you don't miss anything that I have going on. There's no telling what I'm going to say in these emails. Y'all know me. But if you want to be on my list, the link is in the description. All right. Go get the free guide. If you have not joined my Clarity Reset, I don't know what you're doing. This will help you all around with all relationships. Okay. It's a nervous system reset, is an emotional detox. I do not want you to get it thinking this is some type of relationship dating guide or something like that. No, it's not that. It's your nervous system. It's something that's going to help you heal, and you can take that and apply it to all relationships across the board. If you have issues with boundary, whatever it is, I'm telling you what I know. Get the Clarity Reset. If you haven't gotten it yet, I don't know what you're doing. And I do have payment plans, multiple payment plan options on my website. Link below. Also, the woman that has heard this tonight, and you're not just interested in information. Now, the 7-day clarity reset is self-paced, right? I also have a coaching program, Bloom. This is where I have blended inner healing and deliverance. I have people once again reaching out to me for deliverance ministry. Yeah, I combined the inner healing and the deliverance because they go together. Okay. You can go to my website, click the link. You can read up on Bloom coaching and all of that. It is now, when it comes to Bloom, it is application based. I don't like my time wasted. Hello? And I don't believe in wasting people's time. So you have to apply, right? You can go read up all about that. But if you are done explaining your trauma, if you are really trying to exit 2026 healed, because at this point, we're about to go into 2027. If you are tired of living in the same cycles, take it from someone who survived a toxic mother, who survived religious abuse in the church, who survived rejection and all kind of other stuff. All right. I know what I'm talking about and I can help walk you through it. Inner healing, that side is going to deal with the wounds. I'm also going to deal with the spiritual portion, the deliverance, right? So the things that came in because of the wound, I'm dealing with both of them. Go to the website. All right. Is there anything else? And again, click the link, read up about all of my stuff. Do I recommend therapy before Bloom? It's up to you. I'm gonna say it's up to you because y'all know I tell y'all all the time I am not a licensed therapist. There are several people who have come back and said, just not even from my long videos, just from my reels, they're like, oh my God, I was just in a therapy session with an actual therapist and they were talking about the same thing. But I'm going to say it's up to you, whatever you think you need. If you want to do it at the same time, if you want to go to therapy first and then come, it's up to you. I feel like it's just based on it, it'll depend on the person. It's going to depend on the person. So it's up to you. Because y'all know I believe in keeping a therapist on retainer. Like, I feel like everybody needs therapy. I don't, not just because things are bad. Some people think therapy is like, sorry, a real taboo subject. I believe you need a good therapist just to process life. Nothing has to be wrong to go to therapy. So yeah, with my Bloom coaching, it is not. I'm not a licensed therapist. I have a degree in psychology. I'm a deliverance minister, and I deal with the inner and the spiritual. I deal with all of it. But whatever you want to start first is completely up to you. You can even do it at the same time. I think that'll even be better, but that's up to y'all. All right. So go read up on Bloom, go read up on the Clarity Reset. I have payment plans for all of this stuff, y'all. Again, thank you for being here tonight. I appreciate you all for showing up on your healing. Let me know if you're welcome. Let me know if y'all prefer lives in the morning, midday, or at night. I'm a night owl, so I prefer at night, but YouTube gives me like different times to try out. All right, so I'm gonna be back. I'm gonna try to get back on tomorrow and do a live because I'm trying to catch up. Is tomorrow the last day of April? Or yeah, so May is coming in Friday. So that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. So I'll probably be live again tomorrow. I don't know, y'all. We'll see. But I love y'all. Take care. You prefer it at night? Okay. Night is better for you. It seems like I always get Lord, mixed. We'll see. I prefer night too though. You're welcome, Keisha. I'm glad to have you back, girl. Don't be a stranger. All right, I love y'all. Have a good night. Tori, I'm about to text you. And remember, to everyone, even the people that watched and did not say a thing, okay, I need y'all to remember that if nobody has checked on you today, that is exactly why I'm here. I will see y'all later. Love y'all.